One to go signal shown to the field for the modifieds. 30 laps the distance. Mike Miller, 65. Mike Bufink, 85. Brent Martin, 2. Rick Coe, 98. Russ Miller, 19. Pete Wormcastle, 9. Mike Mays, 72. John Gatton Jr., 89. Steve Minnick Jr., 37. Alan Fox, 85. Steve Schlater Jr., 07. Here we go, race fans. First feature of the night, the modifieds. Green flag underway. Off in a hurry down into corner number 1. Mike Miller in the bottom lane goes to the race lead. Brent Martin follows up to second. 3 wide, battle back for third. Miller clears Bufink and Co. Russ Miller up to third. Bufink fighting back in the outside lane for fourth. Lap 1, your race leader going to be Mike Miller. Brent Martin in the 2 machine trying to take a peek to the bottom. Martin in the 2 looking strong in the bottom lane trying to find out if Mike Miller is going to slip up. Miller holding strong at third. Mike Mays battling back with Bufink for a top 5 spot. Mays trying to follow Rick Coe up. Here comes Martin down to the bottom of Mike Miller for the lead. Brent Martin, that 2 machine's been strong all season, just hasn't quite pulled off a feature win. Russ Miller, the 19, he's been strong all day here. He's trying to follow that 2 machine of Martin up front. Mike Miller stuck in the high lane. He's going to probably drop back to third. Brent Martin, your race leader that time by. Russ Miller shoots into the number 2 position. Put Mike Miller back to third. Back for fourth. Rick Coe still battling with Mike Mays. Mays trying to make that high lane work. Wormcastle trying to clear Bufink. Gatton and Minnick back there as well. Up front, Brent Martin in that 2 machine, still holding off Russ Miller. Mike Miller holding off Rick Coe and Mike Mays. That's third through fourth. Wormcastle 6th, Gatton 7th, Bufink 8th. Side by side, they still battle for the 3rd spot. Miller and Coe. A great battle still for the number 3 position. While they battle for 3rd, that's letting the lead duo. Brent Martin and Russ Miller get a good half a straightaway lead over that battle for 3rd. Coe and Miller continue to battle. Mays down to the bottom lane, trying to figure out if there's a way around both the 65 and the 98. Mike Mays has been strong all season, trying to do something with the 65 of Mike Miller, the 98 of Rick Coe. Pete Wormcastle sits in 6th. He's trying to follow Mays through the field as well. John Gatton Jr. fighting back there in about 8th. Mays gets around Miller. Mays clears Miller. Now Mays going to shoot to the outside of Rick Coe. Wormcastle down to the inside of Mike Miller. Put Wormcastle up to 5th. 8 laps complete this time by Brent Martin, still your leader over Russ Miller. Rick Coe 3rd. Mike Mays 4th. Pete Wormcastle 5th. Battle for 6th. John Gatton Jr. trying to clear the 65 of Mike Miller. Steve Minnick Jr. in that 37 machine trying to follow suit. He's trying to go into the number 7 position. Minnick's going to clear Miller. Put Minnick up to 7th. Battle still for 3rd. Mike Mays to the outside of Rick Coe. Rick Coe's been holding pretty strong here in these first 9 circuits. Mays clears him down to the 1st and 2nd corner. Coe back to 4th. Wormcastle 5th. Gatton is 5th. To the outside of Brent Martin goes the number 19 of Russ Miller. Russ Miller looking strong. Martin throws the block. Martin's been protecting that bottom groove pretty good. Russ Miller, he's got a wheel on him as they head down the back straightaway, holding with him strong. Martin again throws the block. Wormcastle to the outside of Rick Coe. That's the battle for 4th. Wormcastle trying to clear him. John Gatton Jr. trying to make a bid to that top shelf as well. Coe and Wormcastle bang wheels down in the 4th corner. Wormcastle clears Rick Coe now. John Gatton Jr. trying to follow suit. Wormcastle's up to 4th. Gatton trying to make a bid into the top 5. Now there goes Gatton. Gatton into 5th. Minnick now battling Coe for 6th. Rick Coe, we haven't seen him too much here this season, but he's been pretty good here this evening. Fought pretty good in that lead duo, pretty long, but now he's going to have the seed of the 37 car of Steve Minnick Jr. Still a great battle up front between Brent Martin in the 2 and Russ Miller, the 19. Again, Martin throws the block on the 19 of Russ Miller. Miller on the outside again. 3rd place car, Mike Mays is closing in on the top 2. Don't count out Mays. Mays won the big 50-lap feature back here for the Gold Cup race at the end of July. Mays has caught him. Now Miller crosses over. Miller down to the bottom of Martin. Russ Miller, he's got a half a car length on him. He's going to clear him off the second corner. Russ Miller, your new leader. Here comes Mike Mays trying to battle into the second. Russ Miller going to be your leader this time by. Battle still for second between Mike Mays and Brent Martin. Mays clears him down the front stretch. Put Martin back to third. Wormcastle fourth. Gatton fifth. Minnick is sixth. Coe seventh. Schlater eighth. Russ Miller trying to gap second place Brent Martin, but that's not going to be an easy task. Brent Martin third, Mike Mays second. Mays is catching him. Mays is all over that back bumper of the number 19 machine. Russ Miller again leads another lap. "17 laps complete, 13 laps to go." Mays taking a look down to the inside of Russ Miller. Russ Miller again, 12 circuits remaining this time by. Miller gets crossed up. That opens up the bottom groove for Mays. Mike Mays down to the inside, battle for the lead. Mays has a half a car length on him. He's trying to clear him off the second corner. Mays is going to get him. New race leader, the 72, the Little Red Hot Rod, Mike Mays. Miller still fighting. Miller has not lost him quite yet. Miller just appears to be a little bit squirrely off the fourth corner, and that's where Mays is capitalized. Battle back for third. Brent Martin in the 2 machine. Still holding off Pete Wormcastle and John Gatton Jr. Steve Minnick Jr. in that 37 machine. He's been stuck in traffic as well. Mike Mays, the 72. 10 laps remaining. Make that 9.5 as they circle the back straightaway. Pete Wormcastle still battling for third. Martin throwing the block. Gatton now to the outside of Wormcastle. That's the battle for fourth. Lap car, the 85T of Alan Fox, playing all kinds of havoc with race leader Mike Mays. That lets Russ Miller close back in. Martin the leader. Wormcastle. Make that Martin second. Wormcastle third. Gatton fourth. Good battle back here from third on back. Wormcastle and Gatton get together. That's going to open up the bottom lane for the 37 machine, Steve Minnick Jr. John Gatton Jr. stuck in that high lane. He's trying to keep the 37 car of Minnick at bay and do something right now with the 9 of Pete Wormcastle. Top 2 cars about a quarter straightaway ahead of third place Brent Martin. Wormcastle, last week's feature winner, sits in fourth. Minnick and Gatton continue to battle. Minnick gets around Gatton now. Put Minnick up into the number 5 position. Mike Mays, 6 car lengths ahead of second place Russ Miller. Then it's another half a straightaway. Back to the 2 of Brent Martin. Wormcastle 4th. Minnick 5th. Gatton 6th. Coe 7th. Schlater 8th. Bufink 9th. Mike Miller rounds out the top 10. Mike Mays out in front trying to pick up another feature win here this season. Steve Minnick Jr. battling with Pete Wormcastle. That's the battle back for the 3, 4, 5 positions. Martin gets crossed up for a second. Gatton stuck back behind that battle. 27 complete, this time by 3 to go for Mike Mays. Battle still for third. Martin holding off Minnick, Gatton, and Wormcastle. Best battle on the racetrack. This cluster of cars, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Martin, Minnick, Wormcastle, Gatton. 2 laps to go, this time by for Mike Mays. Steve Minnick Jr. clears the 2 machine of Brent Martin. Martin squirrely as they head down in the first corner once again. Wormcastle going to see if he can do anything with him. This time by. White flag in the air for race leader Mike Mays. Mike Mays your leader. Russ Miller second. Minnick third. Martin battling with Wormcastle for fourth. Oh, Wormcastle and Martin get together a little bit. They both keep them going. Final trip, the corners number 3 and 4. The Little Red Hot Rod going to bag another one. Mike Mays, second victory in 3 weeks. Checkered flag. Russ Miller, second. Steve Minnick Jr., third. Coming to the line for fourth will be Wormcastle. Martin, fifth. Gatton, sixth. Coe, seventh. Coming to the line for eighth will be Schlater. 85 car, Mike Bufink, ninth. And Mike Miller will finish 10th. Alan Fox in 85T will round out the field.